this is Vale with just one more project, and today we're going to make this ornament, Christmas tree ornament, because the holidays are coming up and you can make super cute little gifts out of these, put some names in them, whatever you want. Honestly, they'd look cute as little gift tags too, so let's jump in and make this. There's a couple of steps to making this design. You're going to start by creating this circular piece around it. It's actually a couple of circles put together. So we're going to go ahead and select our ellipse tool, if my ellipse tool would select. How about that? Okay, so I got my ellipse tool. I'm going to hold down shift because I want it to be a circle. I'm going to go right about there. I'm going to, I don't want it to be a solid circle, so I'm going to swap my fill and stroke, and that is one circle. But I do want my stroke to be a little bit heavier, so I'm going to increase the weight. Maybe go with that. What do y'all think? Yeah. So now we're going to do a quick copy and paste, and this is kind of where you can play with this. I kind of like it like that. I think I have 3 circles in this one design, so I copied and pasted it again, and we're going to go with maybe something like that. And you can change the size of the circle. It doesn't have to be an exact circle, just to make it look the way you want. I'm going to go with that. You just want your Glowforge to be able to cut the space between. I'm going to go with that. What do y'all think? Okay. So now you're going to select them all with your direct selection tool, drag it over, highlight them all, go to Object, Expand, and now you have lines around all of these. So what I want to do is select them again, go over to my Pathfinder, and unite them. And then, let's see. Okay, now we want to add this little piece on top before we go ahead and do the Christmas trees. So this is the little piece that you're going to hang it with. So I'm going to go over here to my rounded rectangle tool. I'm going to draw a little, I think I like that. Before you unite those, you want to make sure that they're perfectly aligned in the center. So I go ahead to my Align tool, Horizontal Align Center, and wow, it didn't move at all. So I did good there. So then I'm going to highlight them and unite, and there you have it. Now we're going to make this little tiny circle, and it's the same thing that we did with this ornament, but we're going to make it much, much smaller. I'm going to go with that, swap the fill to a stroke, direct selection, and I'm going to first add a little bit of weight. Okay, and you want to center that. So align, horizontal center, and then before we do that, before we unite them, you want to make sure that it is expanded. So you're going to go over to Object, Expand, and then highlight all of it, and unite. Okay, so that is your basis, I guess, of your ornament. So now we're going to make this fun little Christmas tree here. So the way we do that is you're going to go over to your Polygon tool. And before you can create a tool, you have to, or create a shape, I mean, you have to click anywhere, and it's going to ask you how many sides do you want your shape to have. So you can do anything. You could do 5, 6, whatever, but I want a triangle, so I'm going to do 3. So now I've got this triangle over here. Okay, so if you can see here, the triangle that I made is kind of warped, and I'm going to show you guys how to do that. So I didn't want it to look like just a straight, boring triangle, so we're going to go over to Effect, and we're going to warp it. The way you do that is, let me show you guys what we did. Okay, so I just hit let me show you what I did. I just hit any of the selections here, but it gives you this little warp options window. So now you can play with this. Make sure your preview is on. I believe I hit squeeze. Look at that. So when I squeeze it, it kind of looks a little funny. I kind of like that. So we're going to not do it so much. You can adjust the settings, play with it. You want to play with how much it's getting bent. So that's what the squeeze would look like. You could do anything. This is what arc lower, arc upper. That kind of looks kind of cool too, right? So I'm going to go with what I had earlier and do squeeze. Okay, so we're going to go with that. Now when you click out of it, that's what that looks like. Now that's going to be the tip of your tree. So I'm going to copy and paste it by using my selection, or my, my keyboard shortcuts. And I'm going to get the second one and place it right underneath, but I want it to be a little bit bigger. So I'm going to hold down Shift. I'm just going to make it a little larger. I'm going to place it where I want. And then I'm going to do it again, copy and paste. And I'm going to put that one right underneath it, and I'm going to make that one larger too. And you just direct select it, drag it to how big you want. And I like that. Kind of looks like it's a Christmas tree with some snow on top, sort of. I don't know, maybe not. Okay, now you can see that the path that's on here is your, oh, hold on, there we go. The path that's on your triangle is the original path. It is not this warped path. So the Glowforge has no idea what to do when you put this into the software. So you want to select them all, and you're going to go over here to Object and hit Expand Appearance. Expand Appearance. How about that? And now it is going to give you a path around the warped shapes. You want to unite them together. So Pathfinder Unite. And now you have this fun Christmas tree. But we are going to make it a little smaller because I want to put a little tree stump, or I guess a little tree stump at the bottom. So make sure that your Christmas tree is touching the top and both corners, so that when you unite it, the Glowforge will cut around it and not cut your tree out. Okay, I'm going to go with that, like that. And you want to make sure that it's not just the super tip. You have a little bit of space in there so that it really doesn't just break off, because that would sort of suck. Okay, kind of like that. And now to make the little tree trunk that I made, I'm going to go over here to my rounded rectangle tool, and I'm just going to draw a little stump, pretty skinny, and maybe put it right there. You can horizontal line it if you really want to. There you go. And now final step, highlight all of them and unite. And there you have it. One little thing that I'm noticing is, see this little piece right here? That's going to be a really ugly cut on the Glowforge. So I am going to double click it and just select that. And I'm going to delete it because there's really no point to have those tiny little pieces falling out of there. Okay, so that is what that's going to look like. Your final step before you upload it into your software, highlight it, swap fill to stroke so the Glowforge wants to cut it, and that is what